Check it.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we are back talking about Need for Speed 2015, and today we're going to go ahead and walk through the PvP mode, otherwise known as Speedlists. I'm going to take you through each section, just so you guys know how it works, ready for day one tomorrow when this update launches. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So once you have entered your specific speed list, going through the menu system, you will be put in this screen. This is basically the waiting screen before a race actually begins. Here you'll be able to tune your car and do basically everything else you can usually do in the garage before you go into a race, and then you'll be put into a race once the timer goes to 0. You've got to make sure you back out, so if you just press circle X or BBX, you'll go ahead and then be put into the please waiting screen, which will then take you into the race once the countdown has hit 0. You don't have to initially go into the first race if you're still finalizing a tune or something across those lines. However, if you go into the second race, you're obviously going to be at a disadvantage because you're not going to get the same amount of points as everyone else, since you wouldn't have done the same amount of races, and since Speedlists are based on a tournament format, you're going to miss out quite a lot. So I do recommend getting your tune and stuff sorted before you go into the actual event itself. From there, you're going to go ahead and play 5 races, obviously depending on what discipline you picked. If you picked speed, then you're obviously going to go ahead and do circuit race and sprint race and that kind of thing. If you picked mixed, then it's going to be a mix of drift and speed. And if you pick style, it's going to be only drift races. Now, obviously that just depends on what you've picked, but it's pretty straightforward. You're going to go into 5 races in a tournament format with first place receiving 25 points, second place receiving 18 points, and third place receiving 15 points. And obviously it will get less the further you get down the card, but essentially you're going to want to finish pretty consistently in the podium places to become first in the speed list over the 5 races. I'm sure it probably makes a lot more sense now as to why you don't want to stay in the garage for longer, because obviously it's really going to impact how many points you can get over the actual speed list. So you really want to go ahead and sort out your tune stuff before you go into these events, otherwise you're going to be screwed basically. Now, in terms of the races that are being used in Speedlists, all the races have been featured before, so it shouldn't be anything too daunting. It's pretty much everything that we used before, and there's also a mix of the Eddie's Challenges races which are in there as well, and you may notice that some of the old soundtrack may pop up every now and then when you're doing those races, and those races tend to be a bit longer, which again, it's a cool thing for me. I like doing my longer Underground 1 style races. It's kind of a bit, I don't know, it adds a bit more of an endurance challenge to it, which is kind of interesting to me, and that's pretty cool to see. There is a slight balancing issue with the RSR and the Huracan. I've mentioned this many times in other videos. When we were at Guildford playing with like GTA Wise guys, Kazuki, Theo, and Tomcat, there was a slight issue with the Hot Rod, the RSR, and the Huracan, obviously with the Huracan being for drifting and the other ones being for circuit racing. So you want to be wary of that. I do still believe if you have your car tuned right, you should be able to beat someone who's not very good in an RSR, because the RSR, you do have to tune it as well, and some people just don't know how to tune. But you know, there may be a balancing issue. You do want to be aware of that, because again, that might affect how well you do, and it might cause people to only use RSRs, which might be a bit of a letdown. But as of when I'm recording this, it's all before launch. I got all this content at Guildford with obviously the guys I mentioned earlier on, and I just want you guys to be wary of that. I mentioned this many times before. Once you then finish a speed list, you're going to get a cool cinematic, which I will show now. I'll go silent for a second so you can hear all the audio. Then the final leaderboards will be shown, and obviously you can see how much rep and stuff you get on that screen right there. First, you get 40k, second, you get 30, third, you get 20, and then obviously you get the points that go towards your multiplayer rank, which also goes towards your kind of call tags, which you'll earn progressively, and those have been listed on the Under the Hood article, which I'll link down in the description below. And that is Speedlist. That's basically the simplest way I can explain everything. I like to think I've gone into quite depth talking about all that, but I don't think I've made it too complicated. It's pretty straightforward, but again, I kind of want to show you guys how it went in depth, because I don't think anyone's actually made a video like this before. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow when this update drops for everyone, and you best believe that I'm gonna go ahead and have some videos up. So again, if you guys enjoyed, hit the like, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.